What's up, people? Welcome back to the Boxing Objective. Today's video is going to be about the news that came in the last week or so about parting ways of Derek Chisora and David Haye. Now, I want to give a shout out to Paul, who raised some really interesting subjects about Derek Chisora that I'm going to cover in this video. We had a good conversation about him and it's quite interesting. So I'm going to be talking a bit in depth about Chisora in this video, as well as talking about the reasons as to why these two have decided to part ways. Now, when these two originally announced that they was going to team up, it was a bit of shock to the boxing world because they were indeed fierce rivals. There's that infamous press conference where all hell broke loose. People were getting bottled, hit with stools. And, you know, their fight, they had to be separated at the weigh-in and stuff like that. When Chisora fought Vitaly Klitschko, he slapped him in a press conference. And then I think there was another occasion where he spat water at Vladimir Klitschko. Oh God, I mean, he threw the table at Dillian Whyte in the press conference. He had the gloves are off, he threw water at Dillian Whyte and all hell broke loose. They was gonna have to, they was gonna kill each other there and then. So Derek Chisora at one point was like public enemy number one. The man was a menace. He didn't give a you know what. And he's always been ready, rough and ready to get into a serious brawl with anybody, anywhere, at any time, whether it's in the ring or not. And I like that. He's entertaining, straight up and down. He's entertaining. Now, David Haye was a little bit unpopular in public opinions because of him making his comeback, and he fought these two guys who were just pretty much no threat. He was criticized publicly by Tony Bellew. They had this beef that dated back to way back when, and as a result of Tony Bellew calling him out in public, it turned into a fight. So they had the first fight, and I think a little bit before that first fight between Haye and Bellew, there was a public argument after a Chisora fight between Chisora, David Haye and Joe Joyce. Chisora was saying, you know, come on, let me fight your guy, because Joe Joyce at that time was being managed by David Haye. I think Chisora said something to the words of the effect, if I beat your man, you've got to pay me your entire fight purse that you're going to get with Tony Bellew, give me your millions, and if your man wins, you only got to pay me £1. And of course, David Haye said no. So David Haye had that fight with Tony Bellew, suffered that horrific Achilles injury, losing the first fight, being out for a long period of time to recover, coming back to have the rematch with Tony Bellew, and was of course knocked out. Upon getting knocked out, he retired, and then he decided to, you know, focus more on the management side of boxing, which came to the surprise of everybody when he decided to team up with Derek Chisora. Now, Del Boy was clearly trying to reinvent himself to further his career, and under David Haye's management, I think they made a good team and made this happen. And obviously Chisora, he came out with the new name of War Chisora, and he was ready to go to war with whoever, whenever, wherever. As we know, this man comes out to fight. And with David Haye as his manager, I think they did a good job in making Chisora a pay-per-view star, because I think he had 6 fights under David Haye's management. All of them being on pay-per-view, a lot of them being with Matchroom fighters or Matchroom events. And out of those 6 fights, I think he won 3 of them. With, you know, the Joseph Parker fight being a dodgy decision to most. Maybe he could have gotten that fight. But yeah, I think that they did a good job with Del Boy's career in the 6 fights that they had. And going forward, maybe, I don't know, because the way David Haye was talking after the Usyk fight, I was kind of a bit surprised, and I thought it was something that maybe they had both discussed. But in some of the build-up in the interviews and stuff, you know, David Haye was saying things to the words of, you know, don't know how many fights Derek Chisora's got left. And it seems as if maybe David Haye thought one thing, hey bro, you shouldn't carry on fighting. You should call it a day after this fight with Usyk, or maybe 1 or 2 more. And Chisora's not thinking along those lines. Chisora said to everybody publicly, I'm going to keep on going until my speech is slurring, until I just can't do it no more. I love fighting. I love it. And you know, it's up to him what he decides to do. But I think that maybe, you know, David Haye did do a good job, because all of your fights were on pay-per-view. You probably got a pretty penny or 2 as a result. Credit to David Haye. But if it's time to part ways, it is what it is. And I think that maybe now they're talking about a second fight with Joseph Parker. I'd love to see that. I would definitely pay to see that. And hopefully Del Boy gets the result he's looking for in that fight, because who knows how far he's gonna go, how much longer he's gonna keep on fighting and entertaining us the way he does. But we all wish Del Boy the best. He's a fan favorite, he's a fellow Brit, and we all love to see him fight. We all love the entertaining stuff he does. He's calmed down a lot. It seems as he's taken that darker side of his personality and put that to the side a bit to focus on entertaining us a bit more. The interactions with him and Usyk leading up to their fight was hilarious. It was hilarious.
I said you have all, damn it! You said, ha, 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 ha. Oh, goddamn. Hello.
But yeah, man, best of luck to Derek Chisora in his career going forward. And that's all I've got to say about this subject. Guys, thank you very much for all the support so far. I have an Instagram page by the same name. If you give me a follow on there, I've got a load of different exclusive boxing content, including videos, pictures, and other bits and bobs. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe and leave a comment, your name will be entered automatically into the prize draw that's coming up. I'm giving away a whole slew of boxing related prizes at the 200 subscriber mark. So if you don't subscribe and you don't enter your name, I won't have your name to enter into the prize draw giveaway. So good luck with that, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.